How evil is a villain worthy of the minions' loyalty? He cuts the line at a burger joint, pulls out a freeze ray, and turns everyone into popsicles. And the staff? Too scared to even side-eye him. When a kid cries over a dropped ice cream, our man twists a balloon into a puppy, instantly earning a smile. Sounds kinda sweet, right? Wrong. This is a world-class supervillain we're talking about. Sure enough, one jab with a needle, and the kid goes stiff as a board. The man behind all this mischief is Gru. As the most notorious villain in history, the one thing he can't stand is someone out-eviling him. And that someone might have just shown up. A boy falls from a high ledge. Everyone gasps, only for the pyramid below to cushion his fall, then start deflating and collapsing. Yep, you saw that right. The Great Pyramid of Giza has been stolen. Global panic erupts. Nations deploy armies to guard their monuments. Not even a bird is allowed near them. When Gru gets the news, he rushes to his secret lair and gathers his minions. To protect his title as the world's greatest thief, he'll have to steal something bigger than a pyramid. Gru gives a motivational villain speech. We're the top bad guy team on the planet. We've swiped Times Square screens for football, stolen the Las Vegas Statue of Liberty, and snatched the Eiffel Tower. Now some upstart has stolen something bigger. We can't let them show us up. So we're going big. We're stealing the moon. But pulling it off will require a shrink ray and a rocket. The rocket alone would bankrupt him, so he turns to the Bank of Evil. A retina scan in a public bathroom opens the vault door. This bank funds criminally ambitious clients. Gru pitches his moon heist plan, but the bank isn't convinced. He hasn't brought in a major score in years. They'll only fund him if he first obtains the shrink ray. No choice. Gru tracks the device to a remote island lab. Where it's being tested, one zap turns an elephant ant-sized. Before the scientists can celebrate, the ceiling shatters. A mechanical arm drops a minion right into the room. Minion grabs the shrink ray, but cue the deja vu.
No!
A newcomer, Victor, snatches it first. Gru gives chase, unloading machine gun fire, but Victor dodges every shot. Missiles swatted away. Finally, Gru unleashes his biggest blast, only for Victor to whip out the shrink ray. Gru's fighter jet shrinks to toy size, giving him an unexpected open cockpit experience. A minor setback, but Gru doesn't quit. He disguises himself, stakes out Victor's fortress, and maps out a plan. Plan A, scale the walls. Plan B, jetpack onto the roof. Plan C, sneak in through the sewer. Fuming, Gru is about to smash the gate when dozens of missile turrets rise from the walls. Guess subtle isn't an option. Just as he's out of ideas, he notices 3 little girls waltz right in, selling cookies for their orphanage. Lightbulb moment. The next day, disguised as a dentist, Gru visits the orphanage. Smooth-talking the headmistress, he adopts the trio, Margot, Edith, and Agnes. The girls are pure chaos, trashing the house and invading his lair, driving the minions wild. But for the sake of the moon heist, Gru grits his teeth. Dr. Nefario finishes the cookie robot, and the girls are sent to deliver it to Victor's fortress. Once inside, the bot locates the shrink ray, cuts through a wall, and lets Gru and the minions slip in. Target acquired. On the way back, the girls beg to visit an amusement park. Gru is annoyed, but sees a chance to ditch them. Turns out, kids need an adult to ride the roller coasters. Reluctantly, he joins them, and ends up having the time of his life. Shrink ray in hand, Gru returns to the Bank of Evil. Again, they turn him down. Unbeknownst to Gru, Victor is the banker's son. Out of funds, Gru calls off the heist. The minions are heartbroken. Overhearing this, the girls hand over their piggy banks. The minions follow suit. Touched, Gru finds new resolve. The moon heist is back on. Over time, Gru grows into his role as a dad, bonding with the girls. Soon, the minions finish building the rocket. Destination, Moon. The launch is a success. As the rocket closes in, scientists worldwide cheer. Gru points the shrink ray, and the moon shrinks to the size of a toy. He cradles it, triumphant. Then a ticket floats by for the girls' dance recital. There's still time. He guns the rocket back to Earth, but he's late. On his seat, a note. Victor has taken the girls. Their ransom? The moon. The time with his daughters has changed Gru. He hands it over. Victor, of course, double-crosses him, keeping the girls and turning his weapons on Gru. Gru dodges every missile, punches out a shark bot, and storms Victor's lair. Victor tries to flee in his ship. Gru leaps and grabs on, but loses his grip. Dr. Nefario swoops in, explaining the shrink effect is temporary. Earlier shrunk minions have already returned to size, which means the moon will too. Sure enough, the moon begins expanding, squashing Victor flat. The girls escape to an airlock. Gru shouts for them to jump, but Margot slips, barely grabbing a cable. Gru inches toward her, the cable snaps. A tiny yellow hand grabs them both. The minions form a chain, pulling them to safety. Now the moon is full-sized again, crushing the ship and accidentally hitting the launch button. The vessel zooms into space, returning the moon to its orbit. Back home, Gru embraces his new full-time job, Dad. He tucks the girls in with bedtime stories. And once they're asleep, a whole army of minions is waiting for their turn.
Didn't I get you already?